Maybe along here. Oh my gosh, she's like, what? What? Why is she taking a boat? These are supposed to be canceled. What is happening? Hey everyone, Fire Princess here. You're watching Let's Play with Fire, and today we are working with Sims 3 and the Ye Olde Royal Kingdom Challenge. We are playing with Zephyr Willowcliff here, who is, just contemplating the hollowness of life as one does. Her one true hobby is nature, and she enjoys gardening, which I'm really excited about actually, because she, for her career, is a fisherman. For now, she's marked as unemployed, but once she gets a point in fishing, I will put her in the self-employed fishing career. And she actually lives off of the docks here. So she's right off a spot where she can do her fishing. She doesn't really have to move very far. This whole section is actually where a lot of the fishing folk live. It's just right outside of Praaven here. Her traits, she's brooding, star quality, a fairy obviously, family-oriented, a loser, and a born saleswoman. I'm hoping that born saleswoman helps us sell some of those fish. I do have the market stand that we've been using and you've seen in prior episodes to sell her fish, so we are not going to do the consignment store or anything like that. She is going to have to do her own sales and make her own money. She's starting with 500 simoleons, as peasants are supposed to do. As far as relationships, you can see already that she does have, a handful of friends. Looks like she's good friends with her neighbor, the dreamers she gets along with, and actually the vampire Octavian Ward, which is interesting. I've been getting a lot of notifications from Inras that her and Thomas have been having a fling, but it doesn't look like she considers him anything more than a friend. So, not sure where we're going to take that. We'll have to see what happens there. But, as you can tell, she's not the easiest fairy to get along with. She is enemies with not only the werewolf, but some randomly generated vampire, Don Lothario, Darren Dreamer, so she likes Darlene, she doesn't like Darren, and she doesn't like Jennifer, or Daniel, or Lucy. She's got a handful of people that she doesn't like. Just a couple. Here is Zephyr's house, just right off the water there, not only by the bridge into Praaven, but also just out to the Yarra River and all of that section. So it's really a gorgeous view that she has. It's gonna be great to be able to fish with her, because that's one thing I definitely enjoy about Sims 3 are all the views. It's a pretty simple house though, just one room. She has the one for herself with one bedroom, and then everything else is just kind of in its own, like all sharing a space except for the bathroom. And then she has the outhouse out here, which if you remember, Arnold Montel actually came and broke into her house and clogged her toilet. So we're probably gonna have to get Don Lothario over today to try and fix her chamber pot. I don't know how much luck we're gonna have because Don hates her. It might be a little difficult to get him over here to actually fix her stuff. That's just an empty barn at the moment. We do have the water mod here, and as far as lot description goes, she lives in what's called the Dockside House. A small community of fishermen and dock workers live here near their line of work. Zephyr's quite hungry this morning, but unfortunately she doesn't have any food in her refrigerator because, we start the game without any food in our fridge to add some challenge. At least I do. One thing about Praaven is magic is not allowed in the city. As long as she doesn't practice magic, I would think it'd be kind of okay to have her go in and buy some groceries. But I'm just a little worried. She is a fairy. It's harder for her to hide the fact that she is magical and supernatural, unlike the werewolves and the vampire who can kind of just be around the city, but it's not quite as obvious that they're a supernatural, you know what I'm saying? So I think because it's harder for her to hide it, I don't want her in Praaven unless it's nighttime or we know that the city's kind of dead at the moment or something. And I really don't want her to be busted there because according to the lore, any magic within the city is punishable by death. And we need to continue our fairy line for the 5 generations for this challenge, and I don't want her to die before we can even get a fairy. Hopefully she can get a fish soon that we can cook up and make some food. And she might have to get, I don't know if she can make like just a fish, and I don't think she can eat it raw like, you know, a werewolf could. So I'm not really sure what we're gonna do with her food situation, but she should be able to last long enough that once it's dark, she can kind of sneak into the city and go get her groceries. Oh, she caught a tiny little fish. Yay. She has an anchovy, guys. I put the anchovy in her fridge, but she still can't make anything with it. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna get her fed right now. Oh my goodness, guys. I totally forgot. We have grocery stores outside of the city. So she can go, let's see, she can go to Malmsberg or she can go to Tovar. I think Tovar is a little bit closer for her. Zephyr just came out of the grocery store. She just bought all her groceries, so we're good there. I'm gonna have to drop him off at home and probably have her go eat. But look who is here. Darren frickin' Dreamer. We are so gonna mess with him. Play a fairy trick. Let's do Chattering Teeth. I feel like that's just something that Zephyr would totally do. She would just go and like mess around with them, and people that she doesn't like, she would just play fairy tricks on them, and that's just kind of the fairy side of her, you know what I mean? And that's kind of why I feel like she has to be especially careful in the city, because not a lot of people like her, and they'd be more willing to turn her in. Oh no, it backfired on her. Let's try one more time here. Let's do Hothead. Let's see what that one looks like. Hopefully this one doesn't backfire. She's so excited too. She's like, ah. Oh, he actually liked that. Oh my gosh, he just lost all of his clothes. Okay. Sorry, Darren, but not really, because she doesn't like you. While Zephyr finishes up eating here, I wanted us to go ahead and roll the Worldwide Ross. Today is the 4th round. We do it every 4th family we roll for the Worldwide Ross, so it's a little bit different than the Medieval Charter Challenge. This just spreads it out a little more because it is world-changing scenarios instead of just like single household scenarios. Anywho, there are 30 categories, so we're gonna go ahead and roll a 30-sided die. What do we get? 18. What is 18? Ransom. The stronghold is taken. D6 wealthy males, merchant or noble, are held hostage. Their families must pay 10,000 simoleons to rescue each one. Yeomen and peasants may be taxed to make up a quarter of the required sum. What? Okay. Let's roll a D6, I guess, and see how many wealthy males and their families have to be paid 10,000. Dude, this is like, first we have a peasant uprising, and then we get a little bit of good with the skill objects that we're able to buy, and now it just goes back down. Now we're getting some nobles and merchants getting kidnapped. And you know what? I feel like the criminal underworld of Praaven, you know, Arnold Montel and Skip Broke are totally behind this. Like, there's no way they're not involved. Let's roll a d6. 4. Alright, so that means 4 of our Sims in the world of Praaven that are noble or merchant males are going to be kidnapped. Let me look. I need to see who exactly all of our noble and merchant males are so that we can get an accurate idea of who's potentially going to be kidnapped. So 1 second. We have 11 options. It's actually more than I thought. I was a little worried that we wouldn't have enough merchants or nobles to get kidnapped, but I was totally wrong. We have like 11 males. Let's go ahead and start randomizing. All right, our first 4. Oh my gosh, look at this. Our first 4. So John Burb, Alexander Goth, Daniel Pleasant, and Morris Caliente. Morris Caliente is the son of Don and Nina, I believe. Okay, that is like pretty much all of the merchants and one of the nobles, which poor Alexander Goth, like their poor child is gonna be kidnapped from under their noses. All of them are gonna owe 10,000 to get their kids back. Like, there's no way that the king won't charge the yeomans and peasants. I guess we don't really have yeomans in this challenge, but the peasants, an extra tax on top of this to get back the money that they're gonna lose from this. Oh my gosh. How should we set this up? I feel like I should move them all out and put them like somewhere so we're not going to see them like walking out and about, because this is supposed to last for 4 rounds. And I think that 4 rounds will give us enough time to collect the money or save up enough money to do that, you know what I'm saying? I ended up taking Daniel Pleasant and John Burb out. I split the household up and then moved them into this little area here, which, if you remember, this ridge area is a very prime hangout for any sort of criminal activity and things that aren't very good. So I figured that'd be a good spot for them like to be taken to for getting kidnapped. I had to use NRAS to move Alexander Goth and Morris Lothario, which I double checked. He is the son of Nina and Dawn. I think I set up the NRAS options correctly so that 1, they don't age or anything while we're gone, and then 2, that they shouldn't be pushed to lots or anything. The toddlers probably won't anyway, unless like one of them was carrying the other. If everything went well, we shouldn't see anything going on with them for the next like 4 households basically. Another thing that I found when I was going through and moving everyone is that Nina was involved with the peasant uprising, and so was Daniel. They both were there doing their protests and, you know, making noise and helping Skip out with his protests, yet they were still targeted. I'm leaning towards it was more Arnold that was the brains behind this, even though he is kind of more of the muscle type person. I do think he was part of this. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets caught in any way. We don't really have anyone that's in like the knight career or military career, so I'd say chances are good he's probably getting away with this kidnapping, and that money that has to be paid in order for these families to get their family members back, it's all going to go to Arnold. He'll split some of it with Skip, but it's mostly going to go to Arnold. Okay, well, you know, unbeknownst to Zephyr here, with all this criminal activity going on around the world, she's gonna just be chilling, fishing, you know, doing her thing. I don't know how I'm gonna do the taxes now. I do think that James would help with that. James Bartholomew the King. I do think he would help by raising taxes a bit so that, you know, the families get some help with the return with their funds. I mean, as we've seen, he doesn't really get along with a lot of the Sims. He's more of a hothead. I think he would tax a little bit of the money, like he would raise taxes a little bit for the peasants in order to recover some of the funds that were lost to criminals in the next couple rounds. But I'm just trying to think, like, I don't know if he would give a relief package to the other families who are victims to this, because he's not the most friendly individual. Queen Esmer might be able to convince King James to share the extra tax funds with the victim, like the families who are victims to this. Oh, look, we got a fishing point. Good. But I think it's going to take some convincing by Queen Esmer. And we actually go back to the royal family next round, so not this week, but next week we will have the royal family again, and I think we'll find out that round. But yeah, you know, Zephyr's just innocently fishing, and she's suddenly gonna have a bill that's much higher than she was expecting, so she's gonna spend a lot of her time fishing just so that she has some sort of inventory. I also want to make sure we have enough to sell so that we can afford a higher tax rate. Oh boy. We're here at Mill Pond today with Zephyr. I figured it might be kind of fun to watch her collect some seeds for a little bit. She wants to start setting up her garden. She wants to earn a gardening skill, but we just don't have anything to garden. So we are going to auto-collect some seeds so she can go around and collect some. And then since we're here at the Mill Pond, we can actually do some fishing here too. And the fish are actually jumping here. They are not jumping by her house. So I think we'll have an easier time of it if we fish at Mill Pond. But it looks like our seeds are not anywhere near Mill Pond. So we're gonna have to walk back once she's found a seed or two. Holy cow, this seed was like really far away. Ah, and there's 2 right next to each other. Oh, perfect. Let's see, so we found a blackberry seed and an unknown uncommon seed. I think the only one we'll be able to actually plant will be the blackberry seed. She's got the fish jumping here. I'm hoping she'll catch more than she did yesterday. Yesterday she only caught 3, 2 anchovies and a jellyfish, so I'm hoping this pond will give us a little bit more inventory for her to start selling. Ooh, what'd she get? A goldfish! Hey, she wanted to catch a goldfish. Zephyr's here right in front of the Malberg market. All of her fish are in there. You can see from this, there's everything in there except one of the goldfish. I want to use this goldfish to plant her seeds that we just got. Hey, we finally have someone. Mary Sue Pleasant just showed up. She went into the grocery store here in Malsberg, but hopefully when she comes back out, she'll actually get something from us too. I know you're worried about Daniel and where he went with the whole ransom thing, but you know, perhaps you can buy something from here too. Ooh, look who else is here. Bella. Yay. Bella's gotta be worried sick about Alexander. Yes, look at this. Bella. Helping us out here. Queen Esmer just got here too. Nice. I'm just glad we're starting to get some people to show up. Oh, and Mortimer's out. Yeah, Mortimer and Bella are like searching for their child. There we go. She bought something. Yes, and Mary Sue. Oh, it looks like Esmer's stuck with a non-existent plate in her hand. I'm excited. This went from like a really slow day to 2 cells within like a sim hour. Yes, and Esmer was in line. Oh my gosh. Yay. Oh, there's Don. Maybe we can ask him to come home because we really need him to fix our toilet. All right, Don, we need you. Our chamber pot is clogged. Oh, he's not gonna come over. He's like, nah, I just don't feel like coming over right now. I see how it is. You don't even want to make money from your enemy. Fine, we're gonna go home. That's the thing with things that are broken. Like, unless a sim is handy, they cannot repair things. Like, that's just gonna be my own personal rule for this hood. Like, they have to know how to repair things or at least be handy enough to figure it out. Otherwise, their stuff is just broken. So if your enemy's with the repairman, that's not really good. Zephyr woke up this morning pretty distraught. She just lost John Burb as a friend, and since he's been kidnapped, she can't exactly go talk to him to repair that relationship. She's in a need to brood mood from being misunderstood and losing her friend. Her social was like way lower, but it's come up a little bit just from her doing some stuff this morning. But I think what we'll do, because she kind of needs some love, is she's gonna go visit Kaylin. She is actually really good friends with her, and Kaylin's home right now. It's pretty early. I don't know if she'll be mad because we're walking over at 5:15 in the morning, but you know, she'll see if she's up. She's probably up because she's got, what, the quadruplets? Oh my gosh, look at all these toddlers. Poor Kaylin. Let's ask about her day. She's like, I know it just started, but let's chat a little bit. We'll compliment her home. But we can definitely get some serious... We'll brag about playing pranks, why not? She was playing pranks on Darren. We should have played one on Dawn, actually, before we left yesterday. Let's do this. Let's bestow the flight of felicity. That'd be kind of fun. Gosh, everyone just stinks. I imagine as a single mom with 4 toddlers, that's probably about right. I wonder how long Kaylin will have it. Probably like 24 hours, I would think. Maybe that'll help her with the toddlers. Having a bit of flight ability. So she's gonna head out just because the poor toddlers need attention. And Kaylin's a little busy with them. But we need to get some fishing in, so let's actually not go home and we will start fishing out here and get some more stock. Holy cow, guys. Look at this pop-up that just came up. Bartholomew James, King Bartholomew James, has decided to make it official and declare Queen Esmer James his nemesis. Oh god. They have not been doing well while we've been away. Oh yes, okay, so Zephyr just got her fairy form upgraded to, it looks like, be able to repair. So she can fairy repair objects now. Yes, that's so good. She doesn't need Dawn. Figure out how to repair her own stuff with magic. Ha! Take that, Dawn. Let's go ahead and plant our seeds we have here. So we have the, I believe the blackberry? Yeah. So the blackberry, and then the unknown uncommon, she actually doesn't have a high enough gardening for. She doesn't have any gardening skill, but she needs at least a level 5 to be able to plant that one. Very nice quality blackberry. Oh, you know what? Let's, I wonder if we can fertilize it still. Ah, shoot. I don't think we can. Darn. Zephyr's made her way into Praaven, and she's at the Praaven Market Square, which is just a big park basically, but we'll see what it looks like from the ground level, but I wanted to read the lot description for y'all to get more Praaven lore. The heart of the city, this is where the things are bought and sold, and where public executions and festivals occur. In the summer, the most popular occasion is the feast day of Saint Simeon's, the patron saint of the city. During winter, the Frost Fair is held to mark the occasion of Peter Saturnalia, more commonly known as the Watcher's Mass. Here's Praaven's Market Square. Not too much to it, but you can tell there's little stands here. It looks like they have various types of dirt. I'm not quite sure the point of that. But there's like an empty stand here, a cart. I'm gonna have her set up her stand maybe by the goldfish fountain here. And then, yeah, some other just various market stands. So like it said, it's just where people are buying and selling supplies and various sort of materials. So I think it is a really good spot for Zephyr to sell her items. But, ooh, and there's a carrot. She should go pick that up because we can have her plant that as part of her garden. Anyway, so I'm gonna have her put the cart out here, the stand. So let's put that here. So you'll notice, so it's not quite dark yet. It's almost 6 p.m. So I think it's gonna be dark pretty soon. But what I did as a way to like sneakily get her in the city during the daylight hours is put a cloak on her, basically. So that is to show that she's trying to hide what she is, because it's still a little bit too bright for her to just kind of be out and about willy-nilly. And even at night, I think this will be better in the city to have her wear the cloak. Obviously, we can still see the wings outside of the cloak, but I'm imagining that the wings would be hidden behind the cloak if she actually was wearing it and it wasn't, you know, Sims and clipping and that kind of thing. Imagine with me that those wings are hidden and it's harder to tell that she's a fairy. And she's got the hat over her head as well, or not really the hat, but you know, the hood of the cloak over her head, so you can't really see her pointed ears or anything. Looks like we get to have Mary Sue again. She's certainly been helpful with us selling things. Oh boy, there's Arnold. Arnold, you kidnapper you! No one knows, but we know. Do you want to buy a fish? We don't discriminate on fish sales. What? I didn't even notice this was here. Dude, I have got to add this to the One True Hobby list. What do you guys think this would be? Would this go under music? The One True Hobbies? I don't know about that. I feel like it'd go under something else. Oh no, she turned into a zombie! Oh no, and he's turning! They all have to get out of here! This is the city. No magic in the city. Oh, please get out of here, Arnold. Mary Sue! Dude, even her eyes are kind of red. That's creepy. Oh, thank goodness. The zombie walk as she waves to Dawn. Oh my god. I wonder if there's a mod to like increase the possibility of a zombie actually attacking, because that would be a lot more entertaining. Of course Dawn would scream. Coral, do you want to buy a fish? I know there's zombies afoot, but you're gonna need some fish to get your strength and energy up. Thank you, Coral. Thank you. Alright, well I don't think she's gonna get too much more cells, so let's go mess with Dawn here. Oh, there it goes. Haha, Dawn. Okay, run! Run away! Quickly. Our blackberry's doing so well. Our blackberry plant. Let's have Zephyr talk to it this morning. Give it some love before she goes to fish today. Hopefully that helps the quality of it. You know what? I totally forgot to grab that carrot over at the market square. Dang it. One less plant for her. It rained this morning too, so she didn't even have to water it or anything. I think it's gonna take a while to get that gardening point. What in the world? Look who Nina just got involved with. Frickin' Arnold Montel. She has no idea Arnold was part of the ransoming of her own child, by the way, with Dawn. Nina, you don't realize what you're doing with this man. Zephyr got an invite to Clarice Heron's party, so she just showed up here. Oh, it looks like she must be throwing a pool party, but of course Clarice doesn't have a pool, so okay. She's not quite friends with Clarice. She's right on the edge there, so I think a few interactions we could probably get there with her. We might have a chance to finally do this wish, though, to set a fairy trap on an object, because she's not quite friends with Clarice, and I think Clarice is gonna have to learn that if you're gonna be friends with a fairy, then sometimes you're gonna get pranked. See how she likes having a clogged one? Ha ha ha. Clarice could be a really good ally for Zephyr, especially if Zephyr ever gets caught in the city. So I'm kind of excited that she invited her over. I hope more people come, though. Anytime now. Oh, she actually goes into fairy form. Clarice loves it too. She's like, what's up, little fairy? As a fellow witch, I think she would be totally okay with that. Oh, someone else is here. Nina. Clarice, do you know what Nina has been doing? I want to see the prank go off on Clarice here. That's why we're watching her on the toilet. What is he doing? Octavian! Dude, Octavian is up to no good. Oh, gross. The chamber pot just exploded on her. Ugh. I'm gonna fix Octavian's outfit too. 1 second. No, we are not chatting. It is not... Cell phones have not been invented yet. We don't need Octavian in his career outfit. That's not at all what it should look like. Oh, and you know what? I think we're friends with Octavian. Yeah. So it looks like everyone except Arnold Zephyr's friends with, as far as supernatural wise. This one's just a random townie that was a vampire, so I don't really care about that one. But it's kind of interesting, especially with how bad of an individual Arnold has turned into. Oh, and I did, one of my commenters, I can't remember which one, sorry, I don't have the YouTube pulled up right now to look at comments, but you mentioned a much nicer looking chemistry set, so I got it all downloaded, it's ready to go. Next time we play Clarice, we will have a chemistry set that looks a lot better. One that doesn't look quite as modern as this one does. Talk with our old friend here, make sure we keep our relationship high with him. We're gonna brag about playing some pranks, because of course. Ask if he's single. Oh no. Yeah, Zephyr is family oriented. Oh no, she lost him as a friend for that. Oh my gosh. Dude. Definitely gonna have to keep talking to her. She wants to gain him back. Oh, she did. Okay, good. I was like, she wants to be friends again, but... They definitely had a heavy disagreement over that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm being dismissed. She's like, thanks for coming to my party. Okay, well, I guess that's my cue. Look who I found in the summer festival. Looks like Thomas Gifford. They've kind of had, I don't know, they had a fling for a while, but she's not into him, but we were getting NRAS notifications that they were doing stuff, so I'm not sure where they're at here. I had her go and chat with him just to see if anything else would come of it. Just to see what kind of relationship she might go for. Octavian's here, but of course he's a vampire and he's out during the day, so he keeps running on for the shade because he's about to light on fire. So I'm a little concerned about Octavian, but hopefully he's going home. Nope, he's not. My goodness, he is trying to kill himself. Uh-oh, Thomas's wife is here too, so we'll see how they go here. Oh, we got a trait discovery. He didn't want to hear a fairy tale. Octavian! What are you doing to me? What? What? Did I get any moodlet for that? Dude, he is creepy with that mind reading there. Well, they're keeping it pretty tame, so I think we might be okay to just move on from Thomas. I know I'm trying to find someone that she would be good with. Obviously, Thomas is married, so she doesn't really want to be with him, but especially because she's family oriented. We'll figure it out, even if it ends up being just like an NPC or a townie or something. We finally made it to the last day here, day 7 of the summer round, the last day for Zephyr. I decided what I'm gonna do for the taxes. I think King James is gonna go ahead and increase the tax rate. The total amount for the ransom for all 4 Sims that were taken would give Arnold Montel 40,000 simoleons, which is pretty crazy for him because he has no money and he's gonna have a ton of money now after this. The random occurrence scenario had said that the king can tax the peasants up to 1/4 of the owed ransom, which in that case would be 10,000 simoleons. Obviously, majority of our peasants can't afford that. They just do not make enough to be able to just randomly give 10,000 simoleons between, I believe there are 6 peasant families, but I don't think they'd be able to afford to split even 10,000 between the 6 of them. So what I'm going to do instead is we're going to pay among the peasants. They're going to do an extra 100 simoleons every round for them. So normally it's 200 simoleons per round to King Bartholomew, but now we're gonna do 300 per round with Bartholomew. So he's gonna get an extra 100 from all the families. It'll slowly be paid, the 10,000 simoleons, very, very slowly. But I think that's kind of the point, is it helps keep the peasants in the peasant class, and it earns a little bit more money for King Bartholomew. I will get him paid in just a second, but thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all being here, and I will see you next week.